Gotham, a city where crime is commonplace and danger lurks around every corner. A city that is home to many, including the Bat himself, and of course, his beloved sidekick, Robin. Many have taken the Robin mantle over the years, thus, an introduction is in order. We'll start with none other than the boy wonder. Richard Grayson, better known as Dick Grayson, was born to a family of acrobats who worked under Haley's circus. At the age of 9, he lost both of his parents in a trapeze accident caused by mobster Tony Zucco. Bruce Wayne bore witness to this tragic event, and he sympathized with Dick, having seen the death of his own parents, and soon took him in as a ward. Dick trains with Bruce for 6 months before he becomes Robin. This time is spent learning martial arts, as well as developing his detective skills. His prior acrobatic training serves him well in his time as Robin and distinguishes him from those who came after him. During his time as Robin, Dick, alongside Kid Flash, Aqualad, and later Wonder Girl, formed the Teen Titans. This is essentially the beginning of the end for Dick's run as Robin. His involvement with the Teen Titans included missions outside of Gotham, which eventually led to being late to a call. This, alongside Dick and Bruce having vastly differing opinions on the methods Batman uses in his work, leads to Bruce deciding that it's in everyone's best interest if Dick is removed from his position as Robin. After this, Dick decides that he doesn't want to give up his crime-fighting lifestyle. To do this, he will have to take a new name. After a conversation with Superman about a Kryptonian legend, Dick adopts the name Nightwing, under which he continues to work with the Titans. Dick was Batman's first sidekick. This alone makes him unique, but he has other defining qualities. His acrobatic skills, his charisma, and his heart make him distinctly him. Next up, Jason Peter Todd, the second Robin. Jason came from a broken home. His father, a criminal, never returned home, leaving a young Jason with his addict mother. They resided in the infamous Crime Alley, which is precisely where he first interacted with the Bat. In the throes of poverty and after the recent overdose and death of his mother, Jason had resorted to stealing car parts. This led to an attempt to take the tires right off the Batmobile. He was caught, of course. He was placed in a school for wayward boys, but was eventually removed and adopted by Bruce himself. After 6 months of intensive training, Jason was permitted to don the Robin uniform. Jason's stint as Robin is complicated. While he is skilled and passionate, he is also brutal and impulsive. His behavior raised concerns for Bruce, who feared that if he didn't help Jason, he would surely follow the path of crime. Jason's gray morality is what poses perhaps the largest issue for the Batman and Robin dynamic. Jason struggles to obey by the rules set in place. He uses excessive force. He uses guns. It's implied that at a point in time, he throws a man from a building to his death. This violates Batman's no-killing rule. Jason is not fired, nor does he retire from his position as Robin. After discovering that the mother he lost was not his biological mother, he sets off to find her. He ends up tracking her to Ethiopia, where he discovers she is being blackmailed. She proceeds to hand him over to the Joker. Jason is then brutally beaten with a crowbar, nearly to death. A bomb is placed in a warehouse where the attack takes place, the Joker flees, and Jason dies in the explosion. Eventually, Talia al Ghul places Jason's body into the Lazarus pit. Jason is resurrected, but he's different. He's panicky and violent. Upon the realization that after his death, Bruce did not avenge him by killing the Joker, Jason takes up his role as Red Hood, becoming an anti-hero in Gotham City. Jason is incredibly emotionally driven. This, along with the brutality of his methods, differentiates him from his fellow Robins. Timothy Jackson Drake Wayne, more simply known as Tim Drake, is our third Robin. Tim was born to wealthy parents who worked within Gotham's legal system. They loved him in their own way. They filled the usual trope of neglectful rich parents, leaving Tim home alone for extended periods of time from a young age with little to no contact. They did, however, take him to see Dick's family, the Flying Graysons, on the night that they tragically died. This would become a core memory for Tim. Tim would eventually, years later, see Dick Grayson's Robin perform a quadruple somersault, a move that he had seen him complete all those years before. He realized that Dick was Robin, and since Dick was Bruce's ward, Bruce must be Batman.
I was there. At the beginning, at the end. I went to Haley's circus to see the Flying Graysons. The night your parents were killed. You signed it for me before the show. I remember every move you performed. Then one day, I saw Batman and Robin on the news chasing Penguin. Robin did a one-handed meat hook to scale a rain gunner. A trapeze move only 2 people in the world can do. You and your dad.
So Robin pinched my moves. I can't copyright them.
Then, the Titans made a splash. I heard they were good, so I started keeping tabs. Guess what? Nightwing also does the one-handed me hook. You were Robin, then Nightwing.
Later, after the death of Jason Todd, Tim would notice the personality shift in the Bat now that he had no Robin. Believing that Batman needed a sidekick to maintain his sanity, Tim would seek out Dick and ask him to reclaim the Robin persona. He would refuse, and Tim would offer himself up to become the next Robin. He would, of course, be denied. He would later be accepted on a trial basis after rescuing both Bruce and Dick from the villain Two-Face. After several months of training, he would take up the Robin mantle. Tim differentiates himself from his predecessors with his intelligence. He's more of a detective than a fighter. He's slow to anger, precise in his actions. Batman wanted a Robin with more than just guts, and Tim fulfilled that role. Tim's time as Robin was cut short against his will. After the supposed death of Bruce Wayne, Dick took up the Batman mantle. To Tim's surprise, Dick declined taking him on as his Robin, offering the position to Damian instead. Tim is deeply upset by this perceived betrayal and proceeds to take up the Red Robin persona. The main things that set Tim apart from the others are his upbringing, his focus on intelligence-based skills, and his incredible dedication to the Robin position. Our final and current Robin is Damian Wayne. Damian is the biological son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul. His father spent most of his life completely unaware of his existence. Damian was raised by his mother in a League of Assassins. By the time he was a preteen, Damian was an extremely competent martial artist. It is at this point Talia would introduce him to his father, essentially dropping him on his doorstep. Immediately upon his arrival, Damian encounters Tim Drake, who he proceeds to battle. Damian is as malicious as he is young. He makes it clear that his goal is to take up the Robin moniker and to aid his father in his fight against crime. After Bruce's supposed death, Damian is chosen by Dick to be his Robin, effectively removing Tim from the position. He accepts this role. Very early on, it is established that Damian has little to no respect for Dick, stating that he himself would take on the Batman mantle if Dick did not see himself fit. In an alternate timeline, Damian, having already taken on the role of Robin, joins the Teen Titans after the apparent death of his father. In this timeline, he befriends John Kent, Superboy, and the pair form the Super Sons, a crime-fighting duo. Damian differs from all prior Robins due to his unique upbringing. He is more skilled in martial arts than any of his predecessors. He is also set apart from the others by being Bruce's sole biological son, amongst a family of adoptees. In conclusion, each of these Robins has his own distinct background, and these backgrounds inevitably give them the unique skills they need to be the best Robins they can be. Someone is always willing to step up and take on the moniker, and Batman will always need a Robin.